going on, everybody? This is Jordan here, and I'm bringing you this race of Sebring, which is actually my favorite track. And I'm bringing it to you with this car here, which is the Mercedes SLR McLaren. This is a really sick car. This was the first race I had used it. I did try this race previously with this same car, and I did miserably. I crashed it on almost every single turn and literally didn't even finish the race because it was hard for me to get the hang of. So this is another one of it. And I'll tell you what, this car is really something. It is basically, once you get to this point with the cars, you're pretty much in the, well, first of all, this is a car that Mercedes made with McLaren. A lot of people know the McLaren F1, which is the car that held the production car speed record for all those years, for about 10 years, I think. It was able to go like 240 miles an hour or 230 miles an hour or something like that. And so with this car, Mercedes partnered with McLaren to build the engine and just the car in general. And so it's, it's a big old, huge Mercedes, and it's just really powerful. One of the things I've noticed about German and American cars, a lot of the Italians and stuff like that, like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, even Paganis, they're mid-engine. And so, they tend to typically have like a, mid-engine type of approach to the car, which means that the engine's located between the two axles. It gives it a better weight balance. You're able to corner faster, and just kind of centers the weight of the car a little bit more. So what I've noticed, though, is about German and American cars, they tend to be more like muscle cars. Front engine, rear-wheel drive, or I guess in some cases they could be, four-wheel drive. I don't know of any off the top of my head, or any specifically, but front engine cars, and they tend to be really powerful rear-wheel drive, like, for example, the Corvette, or like this car, like any of the Mercedes, or any of the like BMWs, like the M3 or something like that. Those are really powerful cars that are rear-wheel drive. So this is a really powerful car. Like I said, this is only the second time I've ever used it, and as you will see a lot of points where I have trouble kind of keeping it on the ground. It doesn't turn quite as well as some of the other cars I've used, but this car has absolutely breathtaking acceleration and speed, and I knew that this very first race. I knew by the straightaway toward the end of this lap here, when I was able to hit 170, I knew that I'd be able to break 200 in this car, which I had never done before. I'd only gotten a car up to about 185, and that's using all sorts of supercars. So, this was definitely one of my favorite cars. So I'm just going to leave you guys for the last, 2 minutes here with the sound of the car, and make sure to check out the next video I have. The next video I have up is this same car I used later in this series. I used it on the course Bathurst in Australia, which has the biggest straightaway, I think, in the game, and I actually got the car up to, I think, 206, and that one's definitely coming up next. So I appreciate you guys watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. Enjoy the magnificent sound of this V8, and make sure you turn it up and check it out. It's awesome. Thanks, guys. Left this in to show you guys what happens if you crash. If you can see, the car's pulling to the left. I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to let off the... You see how the car keeps pulling to the left? That's just something, I'm sorry to break in here at the end, but that's just something that happens if you crash, damage the car enough, your steering will get jacked, and then that happens. Car's pulling to the left, which is why I always rewind. I never accept crashes. Kind of cheap, maybe, but it costs money to rewind, so it's not all bad. But thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. Check out those wheels